full octane garage. Today is Sunday, October the 25th, and we thought this was going to be a big day. And it kind of was a big day. We were going to take the first drive in our 63 Corvette project. It's had the side pipes put on this week. It's had a four-wheel alignment this week. So we felt that it was pretty well roadworthy. We were going to drive it up, go get some more gas in the tank. We only had about 4 gallons in it. So we went down our driveway, which is a little long, and it wasn't shifting out of first gear. So we thought maybe we have a little bit of transmission fluid issue, meaning we haven't put enough in. We had about 9 quarts in it. Usually takes about 10 or 11. So we brought it back up. We put another quart of fluid in it, and we took it for drive number 2. Drove around the block. Again, nothing. No shifting, no nothing. But on the way back, I felt something a little weird in the rear end of the car. And the steering wheel all of a sudden wasn't going straight any longer. So it felt like I had a lot of play in the rear end. So when I got back,
that was supposed to be a 10-minute
I decided I was going to
trip.
check 2 things. One, I was going to throw the computer on the car, and the General Motors crate motor comes with a CD program that you can load in a laptop and plug in via USB, and it will give you diagnostics while you're driving. So we ran the wire into the car, had the laptop, and as soon as we drove up out of the garage down our driveway, we noticed that everything was looking good on the computer. There was no engine codes, there was no computer codes for the transmission, but we did notice that there wasn't any odometer reading on, so that meant that the speed sensor wasn't feeding any information to the computer. So I came back, I threw it up on the ramps, and I started looking underneath, and lo and behold, there were 2 of the identical connectors that both say speed sensor. And I shouldn't have played the lottery at all because I put the wrong one in. So I put the one out of the computer harness for the transmission, which turns out that was totally wrong. It needed to be the one out of the engine harness. Switched the 2 wires around, threw the laptop in, drove around the block, perfect, shifting every gear, not an issue, but I still had to play in the rear end, so I wasn't quite sure what was brewing there. So I bring the car back, I jack up the rear end, and when I jack up the rear end, I noticed that the one driver's side rear tire had a lot of camber in it, and it was kind of angled in, so I figured something came loose, meaning that when they did the alignment, they didn't tighten all the bolts, and that appears to be what happened. I was able to go down there and make an adjustment on the lower A-arm, front end of the lower A-arm, pull it back out, tighten that down, and it appears to have solved some of the problem. So this week I'm going to take it back to the alignment shop, have them put it on the rack, make sure that the full 4-wheel alignment's back again, also that all the bolts are tight, so that we hopefully won't have this problem again. I also had an issue where when I was turning corners, the car was stalling. I had 4 gallons of gas in it when I started, might have been down to 2. Don't know if that's the issue. I loaded another 4 gallons of fuel in the car, so once I get the alignment, I'm going to drive it around the neighborhood a half a dozen times, go around the circle where I was having the stalling issue, and see if that solves the stalling issue. It seemed to be fuel delivery because, again, I wasn't getting error codes. Everything seemed to fire right back up and run, so I just don't quite know what that is. The other thing that I have to do is I still have to charge the air conditioning. I've already vacuumed it down. It's holding pressure. So when I get the car back from alignment, I'll put it outside, fire it up for a little bit, go ahead and dump the Freon in it and get the air conditioning working. Had a little bit of an issue with the electric power brakes. Finally got them bled right, got them working. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I have done the headlight alignment, and I have also gotten the Detroit Speed Popups to work. So what we'll do is we'll put the hood down. And we have Popups. Now in the original 63 Corvette, the Popups worked off of a manual switch under the dashboard. So you could turn the headlights on and they would come on and beam straight down, but you wouldn't see anything until you pushed the mechanical switch to engage the motors up or down. Inevitably, the motors were always off, or one was working, one wasn't. So the Detroit Speed solution did away with that. It has auto sensing up and down sensors, so it senses when they're all the way down, it senses when they're all the way up, and it disengages the motor. It does this with a series of electrical connections and a computer that comes with it. So when you pull the headlights on, pull parking lights on, nothing happens. Pull the headlights, once it sees power to the headlight leads, it engages the motor to pop up. What it does, when you turn the headlights to park position, the headlights will still stay up, so you can go and clean them, you can change bulbs and so on while your parking lights are on. And then when you go to push them off, the headlights will go back down. Love them. I also have the Detroit Speed wiper motors. I haven't installed them yet. I've installed the motor. I have not installed the wiper blades and the grates yet. I'm waiting to get my hood latches completely finished. Let's see, side pipes are in. I still need to put the decorative trim on top, and I still need to get it to upholstery to finish out the back part of the interior and the headliner. The front carpet's in, the dashboard's in, all of the seats are in, and it looks fantastic. So, thanks for being with us today. This is just a little bit of a project update on the car. We'll have a full walk around and driving update once the car is totally completed. I've vetted out all the little issues. I've got the interior completely done. I've still got to make door panels too, so I have no door panels in it. The engine's pretty well done. I just need to charge the air conditioning. Get the air cleaner all secured finally. Got the pop-up headlights working. Side pipes are on. Got the electric brake master cylinder. Second power steering pump. DeWitt's radiator, dual fans. Got the seats upholstered. Still need to do the back. Look at the lines on that car. And we look forward to sharing the rest of this project with you. Thanks for being with us.